Hi guys, and welcome back to 2014 for our first Ask Anything. We've had a bunch of questions come through, so before we get stuck into it, hope you've had a great break and you're raring to go and make this a very successful year. But first off the rank, Anita, she wrote in, what's the best social media posting software currently available and what do we use? For those of you who don't know, there's a whole bunch of software out there where you can manage all your social media platforms. Generally, there's a couple that get left off, but a majority of your social media can be managed in one spot. What it does is take the feed from each of those platforms and it enables you to monitor it in one place. So it's really, really good for staying engaged with your community, seeing what's happened, and really being able to respond quickly without opening different platforms every 5 minutes. So for smaller businesses that are sitting there and it might be a sort of one-man army sitting in front of a computer all day, you can just have this window open and basically look after all your social. In terms of which one's best, we use a variety of them here depending on the type of client it is, depending on the analytics we need from it, and also some of the usability. Some of our staff find some of the different software packages better. There's an aesthetic that they like or whatnot. For anyone sort of in the under $500,000 in terms of business turnover, any one of these platforms is going to be really good for you. It's going to save you a lot of time, allow you to set a strategy, preload in content, and really just take your social to a next level. So in terms of which one you should be using from a cost-effective way, Hootsuite's really great, Sprout Social's really great. There's a whole bunch of other ones, but it's really to do with the functionality you're looking for, the interface you're comfortable with using, and really just personal preference. So check them out, but they are really, really effective if you're the only person looking after your social profile. Next question. This one was from Paul, who asked, could he come in and play pinball? Now, most of you guys know that we're a little bit pinball obsessed in here, something about the flashing lights and whatnot. So we have a pinball machine here. For those of you who know us, work with us and speak to us on our platforms, if you're ever in town, if you're ever near Fitzroy in Melbourne, feel free to tweet, come up and have a game. We're always looking to connect with people. So Paul, if you're in town, send us a tweet through and you'd be more than welcome to come up and have a game. Next question. Henriette, she asked, how do I maximize my contacts in LinkedIn? And then when I do that, should I transfer them to my email system to send them sales documentation? Henriette, this is a very interesting one and something you probably should listen closely to. There's two parts to the question. To maximize your contacts on LinkedIn, you have to become very relevant for your B2B community. So a lot of LinkedIn is B2B and people talking in those sort of services and products. In any way to grow a community is you have to be relevant, you have to be talking about information that people want to connect to you, that find you interesting, that you serve a purpose in their life. If you're not doing any of that, you're not going to grow any social media platform. So use that as a general rule. So LinkedIn, same deal applies, be relevant, add value to their lives, create interest, converse with people, engage with people, be consistent, be constant, and you'll start to build that up. Now, when you start to build a LinkedIn community, you're saying, there's that temptation, wow, these are all my potential customers. They are your potential customers, but they have not opted in to get sales documentation for you. They haven't subscribed to a newsletter or allowed you to do that. Now, here in Australia, where we're filming this, there's some spam acts and things like that. You can't just grab information willy-nilly, stick it on your database and start spamming them with emails. If you start doing that, you're going to get blacklisted, and that is not a good thing. So if you want to send out sales documentation, you need to be transparent. When you're talking to people on LinkedIn, when people are signing up, you need to get them to subscribe or click links that go through to your newsletter sign up or whatever it is. You can't just start grabbing information and doing that. If you head down that track, you're heading into sort of spam territory and you just don't want to go there. The next question, the personal development for staff. Pete wrote a question asking a little bit about our internal operations. A few of you might have seen in the media that we've had some stuff about what we do from staff development. And one of the rules that we have here at Servants is that every Friday that we make staff work on their personal goals. So you have to be setting goals that are going to get you as people to the next stage in your life for more happiness, for more success, but the things that you're putting off because we work so hard, you get home and the last thing you then start attending to is your goals. So we make it mandatory that unless you start achieving goals or you're setting yourself to do something or going to the next level or trying to push yourself, educate yourself, whatever you want to do that's going to make your life better, you've got a time to really focus on it each week. The reason we do that is that our philosophy is that if people are happy, people are motivated, they're going to start giving out that energy to our clients, they're going to be happier at work, they're going to want to achieve more. So in my life, I found that people who are most fulfilled are doing a hell of a lot more than everyone else. So we force that on our employees. A lot of companies will sit there and go, well, I'm not going to spend 3/4 of every Friday with not having efficient processes, not having people not focused on our core business. And we just have a difference in philosophy. We believe that's the best time we could invest each week. We'll probably look at expanding that as we go down in the future. But having people that are personally feeling fulfilled, are happy, it changes things so far across the board in our business that investment is just minuscule compared to what we believe we get out in terms of where our business is going. So yes, Pete, in terms of personal development, it's a number one priority for us. Happy people, the whole game of owning a business is to make sure your people are getting fulfillment, and that's one of our core values here at Servants. A question from Kate. Do we have to be on all platforms? This is referring back to social media. The answer is you don't have to be on all platforms. Like, why would you want to be in front of your potential clients? Like, seriously, if you're going to do this, do it properly. Be where your clients are going to be. We don't know what's happening tomorrow. Of course, there is a hierarchy of platforms that have more engagement for your type of client. But the reality is, if you're on social, this is now something you need to work out how to manage in your business, any size business. So that means being where your customers are. You have to be on all the platforms. People who say, oh, it doesn't really matter, what they're saying is, I can see the future. I can see that platform will never integrate with anything else. I can see there'll be no shifts with the next generation of people coming through. So what they're saying is, they're guessing at your expense. Why wouldn't you be on a platform where you could find a potential client, make your connection better, increase your presence, and engage with more people? If you're a business owner that doesn't consider that the right option, then you've got an issue. If you're sitting there saying, yeah, that's all fine, but I don't have the time, then find a way to manage it. That's your job as a CEO and business owner. Fix problems. Social media is a new technology. It's required. Find out a way to manage it in your business. You say, well, I just can't do that. Well, that's okay. You don't need to have your business either. So just do it. Why can't we sell straight away? We get this question a lot. When people get onto social media, they get a little bit overwhelmed. They see so many potential customers, so many ways they can try and sell, and their first reaction is, oh, I need to get sales and product and things to them so I can start increasing revenue. Social media is just a brilliant way to find out who actually cares about their clients and who's there just for the money. You will not get sales until you've developed rapport with your community, until you create trust, till you create consistency, and they want to buy from you. If you think by pushing stuff on them that you're suddenly going to buy more, it's just ridiculous. You won't be engaged, you won't have an active community, doesn't matter how big it is, you need to connect and make sure they want the sale before you push a sale. So our suggestion is, don't just spam them because they've connected to you. You take it as a liberty to just keep pushing product. The analogy we'd use is, imagine you're standing outside their house every morning and they got there and you gave them a pamphlet. I mean, if you did that, your clients would leave you faster than you could imagine. It's the same thing digitally on social media. Your job is to connect. Your job is to have a relevant part in their lives. Your job is to make them raving fans and want to buy from you. When you get to that level, it won't be when should I sell. They'll be demanding you sell to them. So that's where we want to get to. And the last question was a debate that was happening in here, and we'd love you guys to tweet in and say, peanut M&Ms versus crispy M&Ms. We do say this is a Ask Anything segment. Me, personally, peanuts. I don't even think there's a choice. The girls behind the camera are screaming and saying, no, crispy's the way to go. You guys tweet about it, but really it's no contest. That's it. Thank you. Welcome to 2014, everyone. I hope you have an extremely successful year. Go for it. Try social media. Experiment. Have fun with it. Good luck. And again, if you want anything answered, we'll be shooting this every single week. Tweet us, Facebook us, drop us a line, email us. We'd love to connect. And if you're in town, come and play some pinball. We'll see you next week.